Hey guys, it's your girl Kizzy Rock. Happy Monday. Happy Monday, guys. So I hope you guys had a great weekend. But guys, I'm going to jump in really quickly. I have a meeting I have to go to. But I wanted to talk to you all today about health is wealth. And, truth of the matter is, like, so many of us, probably most all of us, like, we were really, getting our thing on prior to COVID. Then COVID happened, and of course it knocked us off of our game, and we got lazy, we got comfortable, we got content. We were stuck in the houses, eating everything in sight. And it's like, now that we're in the season of acceleration and doors are going to open rapidly, it's like we have to get ourselves back aligned. And so many of us has been taught, growing up, we just didn't have always the best examples in our communities, and so it's almost like we have to unlearn a lot of the things that we've been taught, all that soul food. We're used to macaroni and collard greens and this and that, pigtails, honey, pig feet, you guys know, right? And truth of the matter is, not to say we can't have that stuff, but we sure can't have it all the time, right? And for some of you, probably not at all. Some of you probably have already axed pork out, all that stuff, right? But I want to say this, because a lot of times people think that working out or trying to maintain healthy eating habits is all about body. And of course, you get the benefits, right? You get the benefits from that. But it's so connected to our mind. It helps us out spiritual wise, and it increases your endurance and your tolerance in other areas. So the one thing about exercising and working out is, because you have to be disciplined to do it, what happens is that discipline spills over to other areas in your life. So it's like, say for example, you have a set date at the gym, right? And you're determined to do it. Let's say Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Let's just say you're determined to hit these 3 days, right? You're consistent, and before you know it, once you develop that pattern of being consistent, you'll find yourself consistent in other areas of your life. That could be writing a book. You're now sticking to your days that you chose, so it spills over. And when you feel good, when you look good, you feel good. So all that stuff is connected. So it's not all about body. Of course, again, those are the benefits. Now, truth of the matter is, it's a process for a lot of people, right? Definitely for myself. Let me tell you, I'm not one of these girls who love to be in the gym. Like, some people love to be in the gym. I don't know a lot. Some people just love it, where most people, or some I should say, including myself, you go because you have to go, right? You got to go. But I think it's so important for those of you who have not started to get started, to at least learn your basics, get your basics down, because there are so many, things that we think that we know and we don't know. For example, right? I've never wanted to be the size 2 girl. Like, listen, to all my slim chicks, you better do it, right? You better do it, right? But I've never ever wanted to be the slim chick. I've always been thick. I've always felt good about being thick. But being thick doesn't mean you can't tone and tighten thickness up, right? So my desire, when I got my personal trainer prior to COVID, was, and she actually competes, so she's a bodybuilder, so she's just like, listen, like the men can't even stand next to her in the gym, right? But she knows that was not my goal. She knows that, okay, I don't want to be in competition mode, but your girl needs some toneness, right? Your girl needs some toneness. So my instructions were really to eat more than someone else who was maybe next to me, that she had, who wanted to lose a lot of weight. So I had to eat when I didn't want to eat. I had to eat certain food. Thank God I happen to love oatmeal, right? Right? 'Cause goodness gracious. So it's like, so it's different. So I think it's so important that we get with someone where we can really get the instruction in the directions, because some people start and they give up so quickly because they feel like they're not seeing any improvements. And truth of the matter is, many times it's because we're not educated. right? So you may be sitting here thinking like, oh, well, I can eat anything I want to eat. I can drink all these sodas. As long as I go to the gym, I'll work it off. No, really, truth of the matter is, one thing I've learned through her is that really it's about eating more than it is about working out. Of course, working out is so important, but really it's more about what you're putting into your body, right? Especially those of you who love sodas. Listen, I'm not a soda girl, right? I used to be. I gave sodas up like 3 years ago. But I am obsessed with sparkling water. Just plain Perrier. Like, I love sparkling plain water. I know so many people hate it. Like my brother, he hates it. Like, he wanted to try it one day because I had it. I let him try some of it and he literally spit it out like so close to my face. I wanted to like so a lot of people feels like it tastes like the Sprite. You like, you know, when you get Sprite from a fast food place, and I guess like the soda itself runs out and you get like that carbonated water. People associate it with that, but I am a stickler. I love sparkling water, so that's my soda. And truth of the matter is, the less you drink something or the less you put something into your body, like some of you may have a sweet addiction, like you like cookies, cakes, and like your body is really only craving it because that's what it's used to, right? For example, when I started making my green smoothies, I had to have like Splenda or something to sweeten the green smoothie, where now, you know, years later, I can just have specifically my spinach, pineapples, mangoes, whatever I choose, ice, and maybe some almond milk. It doesn't have to be sweetened at all, because to me, the fruit sweetens it enough. Well, I would not have, you know, I could not have been okay with that, you know, several years ago. So it's a process. So you have to be patient with yourself. I'm going to tell you guys another thing. You guys know I have just that leader mindset in general. Please stop waiting on your friends. Please stop saying, well, I haven't started hitting the gym yet because I don't have anybody to go with, or because my friend canceled because she didn't have a babysitter. Listen, I'm telling you guys, you got to get to this leadership mindset where you're okay with walking alone. If you're trying to go higher, you're going to have to walk alone. You got to be your own supporter. You know, you got to stop waiting on people, because most times people are not going to support you for their own personal reasons. Sometimes they may not be motivated as you because they don't see what you see. So you yourself have to be your own supporter. You have to be. Now, we know personal trainers are very expensive. Everybody can afford a personal trainer. And in fact, I haven't seen mine since over a year ago. You know, once. I only had a personal trainer for like a year, but I'm a very visual person. So when somebody is teaching me something or showing me, like I take mental notes. So I always knew that, okay, once she's no longer my trainer, I know how to follow through with everything she taught me, as far as, you know, how to eat, when to eat, certain workouts that I should do. When you're putting on muscle, you can't do a lot of cardio. Thank God, because I despise it. Listen. I'm absolutely in love with lifting. Like, I'm very, very strong. I was a little disappointed because, again, when you stop working out for quite some time, your body takes this setback. So prior to COVID, I could squat with like, I think I got up to like 150 pounds with squatting. I just left the gym. I can't get past 80 right now. Right? And so you can take that and get disappointed and be like, how in the world I can't get past 80 and I was at 150? And you can say, I just give up. Or you can switch your mindset to say, listen, I'm about to get past the 150 that I was at previously. So you keep pushing yourself and don't make excuses, and pushing yourself, right? But I despise, as much as I love weight training, lifting weights, I despise cardio. I don't like to use the word hate, but I almost hate cardio, right? You will never, ever, ever, ever find me on the treadmill unless my trainer is my behind about it, right? But you will find me on an elliptical. I love the elliptical. If I have to do cardio, which I do, but thank God when you're putting on muscle, you're not really required to do a lot of cardio more than you are weights. But I love the elliptical if I have to have cardio. But what I've started doing lately is I'm now taking Latin dances and Latin classes and things like that. So it doesn't have to be the gym. Long as you get it in, you can go hiking, you know. Like, even when, you know, we're so conditioned when we meet guys and stuff like that, or girls, like the first thing people assume is, okay, the date have to be at a restaurant, the date have to be at the movies, the date, listen, go on a hike, go walking, go on. Like, there's so much things that we can do, you know. We're just conditioned because we didn't have a lot of that exposure, you know. When you go in stores like Whole Foods, and which is one of my favorite stores, Whole Foods, like, we really don't even see a lot of our own people. Of course we see our people, but nowhere near like how we should, right? And it's just, I just wanted to make this recording because, I mean, listen, no, your girl's not in the best shape or anything like that, but I'm trying to get people to understand that it's so important for us to get started, because it's more connected to just wanting to look good in that two-piece, right? You want to do that too now, because a lot of times too, that's what I hate be coming in at, you know, you side-eyeing the next chick because the next chick really putting like her game in, you know. And it's almost like, oh, I'm just I don't know. Don't side eye her. Give her props. Matter of fact, I did it like 30 minutes ago. This chick came in the gym and I was like, okay, listen, give me about 8 more months, right? COVID caught your girl slipping, but give me about 8 more months, honey, right? But it's a healthy competition. It's a healthy competition. Nobody have gotten anywhere in life without hard work and dedication. So guys, I just want to encourage you guys, if that's you and you've been slipping, you know, maybe you've never worked out, you've never really put the research in, you know, to figure out what you should be doing for your body type. Again, not trying to get down to a size this and a size that, but it's about getting to a healthy point for yourself, for your body, right? So if that's you and you've never worked out, you may not know anything about certain eating habits and certain this, and realizing that you can have a juice in the store that says, you know, no added this, and you're drinking a whole meal from 1 cup of juice. So just do your research, you know, do your research for your body, for yourself. If you can afford to get you a personal trainer, you don't have to keep them long. Learn the basics, and then your own determination from there will keep you going higher. Stop waiting on somebody to go with you. Move that fear aside. If you really are fearful, then start doing it at home or having your personal trainer come to your house, because it does spill over to other areas in your life. Like, it gives you energy to do things and move and go and go and go. And ultimately, you just feel better as a person, you know, when you're eating healthy. And that's not to say you're going to be like not slipping up now. Like, come on now. It's all about just starting the process, you know. So I hope this encouraged someone, you know, because I'm back on my game now, you know. COVID caught me. I ain't gonna lie, but I'm back on my game face now, so give me a few more months. You guys have a great one. Sending positive vibe and positive energy your way today. It's your girl, Kizzy Rob.